Hello, hi, welcome to today's episode. So, in today's episode, I'll be taking you through how to start creating an online course. So, this is a very beginner friendly episode, and in this, it's suitable for teachers who have in classroom experience and want to transition to creating online courses, and also for anybody who wants to start creating online courses for any skill that they have. So one of the key reasons everybody is looking at online courses is because students love the fact that it's self-paced. That means you can start using them and start learning at any time. And secondly, video content, once you record the teacher talking, it increases engagement with the student. Another reason is that interactive content, those ones whereby you take yourself to the next page and it's not even boring, and there's even games and even you earn badges when you're doing it. That also helps students to retain information. So please come along with me and I'll take you through how to create all these steps. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me through my email here, or just send me on the comment and then I'll get in touch with you. Now, the first thing when it comes to creating an online course that you need to be aware of is that there's two types of online courses that you can create. There is video, whereby you're presenting yourself, like you're speaking and talking to the students as they understand what you're presenting. And the second one is interactive content, where you use specific apps or softwares to create an interactive where they can click next, interact with the content that you have, even have quizzes and games to ensure that the students understand the course. So I'll take you through what I have previously created with this. Now, the example I'm going to show you about is for an online course that I created for teachers to help them to understand instructional design. I will share the link to the course for those who are interested to do. But this was a video recording that I created, first of all, to give an introduction of who I am and to give a brief intro of what I have done. So, for example, let's just play.
Ask me any questions if you feel like there's something that you have not understood or you want me to clarify something. You can reach out to me on.
Okay, so you can see that it's best for the student to get to see who the teacher is going to be. And this is an interactive course. So I will later on show you how it looks, but let's just scroll through and I'll show you. Underneath it, I've attached a document that they can get the curriculum for the course. For this was a Unit 1. And as you can see, I'm just scrolling down and there's so many things that they can learn about. There's also a podcast discussion that I have even placed for them to interact more with the content. And as they continue to scroll, this is the interactive elements that I have put in place. You can click next, then read the next slide and scroll and read a lot of other things and click next. And there's so much more to read. And just to finish up there, I want to show you that there's even a knowledge check that I have put. You can ask a question and maybe put an answer. I'm just picking whatever answer is there. This is incorrect, tells me to do this again. And the student can take it again. So I'm hosting this on my school platform, but there's so many other places that you can host, okay? In the next steps, I will take you through how to create this type of course. Now for this next step, I would like to clarify that there's two ways that you can do. You can record a video for your online course. The first one is doing a screen recording of your course content made in slides or PPT. There's so many tools that you can create PPTs these days, especially with AI. And once you do that, you can screen record your screen as you do it. Part of this explanation is actually a screen recording. So this is how it's done, but I'll show you exactly how it's done in the next step. The other form of video for your online course is to have a teacher recording while you're speaking and while you're relaying what you're doing. Now, the tool that I usually use for screen recording or camera recording or doing a video project is called Clipchamp. So this is how Clipchamp looks. It's very easy to use. It's by Microsoft. And they also have Stream, which is slightly similar. But now they have combined this together to put everything in one page. As you can see in the first light up, you can upload a video that you recorded and put it on this platform to edit it. The other thing you can do, you can screen record. So once you click on this, it takes you to a place where you can screen record your screen. I would recommend testing this. The next one is camera recording. This one puts your camera on, and then you can be able to speak, and it gives you sound. So you can record both a video with sound, and it's actually very good. And a video project, this is where you can cut, paste, combine any videos that you have. You can even put text into the video, and then you can view all your playlists. This next part is very interesting. So now let me give you a heads up on interactive content. Interactive content was like what I had shared before, or I'd showed previously in the video, whereby I had shown an example of what I've done, where the student can click next, they can do even interactive quizzes, all those things. Now, there's two ways you can create interactive content. There is Storyline Articulate, which offers one of the best interactive content makers that I have ever seen. Actually, I think they're at the top, but they're quite pricey, but they have one thing that is really good. They give you a 30 days free tryout. So as a teacher, you can actually use it when you've already prepared your content. So you already did the curriculum, lesson planning, you already have your content in place, and now you just need to place. And also, this is just something that you could probably do, which I've done sometimes, is you can always take the trial again and again and again. But just check them out, and if the price is okay for you, you can take the package. The other, guys, is Microsoft Sway. So Microsoft Sway is a free tool, just like how Clipchamp is also a free tool. They have premium options, but Clipchamp works. Now, on Microsoft Sway, it helps you put together all the stuff that you put. You can put video, attach documents, pictures, you can put some text, and it can give you some really nice stuff. So in the next step, I'll show you a bit on how Microsoft Sway looks like and how you can create with Microsoft Sway. And I'll also show you on how you can create on Storyline Articulate. We'll begin with Storyline Articulate. Now, I've just opened my account, and as you can see, I'm on a free trial and I have 10 days left. Okay? This is how the dashboard looks, but let's start with Rise, which is literally what you need to create most of your online content. Now, I have several examples that I have created here, but let's start new. You click new. Let's say you have course options, or you can do a small bite-sized micro-learning lesson. Let's start with a course. I like to use the Start with AI. This tool is really good to use. And it allows you to attach content. So when you clicked Start with AI, it brings you and it gives you basic questions that you can put together. It will ask you what's your course about. So for example, I can say this is biology lesson on biomes. You can just put anything else. This is just a test. Your target audience, we can say it's, let's say, grade 5. If you have specific learning objectives, you can put a lot, but I can just say understand and have examples. The best case, as we discussed earlier, is to have your lesson plan and your curriculum in place. So what you'll do is just copy them here. But this is just a test, so we're just doing very basic. And the best thing about having your curriculum and your lesson plan and your done text is you can drop them here, attach as many as you want, and paste, and then continue. For us, we're just going to continue for this example. Just have a look. It lists out list it out, gives your course outline, and have a look at it, how it looks. If you have a problem, you can ask for a revision, but this is just a test, so let's go next. I'll say insert course. Now look, this is how it looks. Okay? It does a course introduction, then it will give you the three course elements that you have put in place. Now click on the first one. It gives you an option to create a lesson or a quiz. Sometimes you already have a lesson, but you need to send a quiz online. You can also create a quiz on this. Let's do the lesson. Now to start, you've got a lot of things here. You can start with text, which you'd already created, list it. You can do video, process, flashcards. This is actually quite interesting. Sorting, but let's do with AI block. Here I can say, put a table of content. Or we can say learning objectives. It's always good to start with that so that the student can understand what to expect. It will ask me what type of block I want. Paragraph, statement, list. I believe the best way is to put a list. A list is a great way to display learning objectives. And this will be the learning objectives it's already created for me. You remember you had already attached some documents, so it can pick some of those from that. And then I'll say use this outline. It gives you an option to review. And if you need to do some changing on this, you can do that. But I will just click insert. And when the block is here, please notice that you can edit this. This is not set in stone. You can come here and decide to edit, delete, or everything, okay? This just helps you to quickly create your course content. Another thing that we can do, let's try out the AI images. They have great images that have great clarity. We can say African modern female teacher in class. Don't worry, I'm typing with one hand because I'm holding the microphone. In class. So it's a bit slow. And we click generate. You can choose the kind of picture aspect ratio you want, or even style. There's so many options you can have: abstract expression, 3D animation, watercolors. I always go with none so that I can have different things to choose from. Let's see, generate image. Now look at that. In this case, because we were not very specific what they were doing in class, it's given us many options, but you can see the clarity of some of these pictures. I will say, let me go with this one. I'll say insert. Wow, look at that. 4 fingers with the thumb now not being seen, but can see the clarity. This looks like a real image. So teachers, don't worry about the fake AI. With Storyline Articulate, you've got excellent, excellent quality of work. Anyway, you can test out the other stuff. You can add an image, you can add a YouTube video. So please test this out. And if you want to see how it looks, let's click preview. Okay, so this is how our lesson will look. The student can go down and this is how it will look. And when you're exporting, let's go back. For this course, when you're exporting, you can say publish, and it will ask you, you can publish to different platforms. You want for an LMS, for example, you're taking it to Moodle or WordPress. They also have interesting LMSs. Is it going to be for web? Is it going to be in PDF format? So let's look at Microsoft Sway. Now, Microsoft's Way is actually a very interesting tool. It's free to use and gives you a lot of things to play around with. It doesn't require a lot of technical know-how like Storyline Articulate. And you can even attach a lot of the work that you had previously put in place. So let me give you an example. I had created some stuff, but you will notice that you also have templates that they give you with to make your work easier. And for this example, I will start with creating a new one. Let's create from scratch. Now for this, let's start with the title. Let's go with branding for educators. Okay, you can choose any topic. So that's the title of this course. We click create an image. Branding is a soft thing. I prefer going with nature. Or you could just search at the top. Let's see what it gives us. One thing to note is ensure that you have ticked the Creative Commons. You need to ensure that the images that you're using are copyright free. Okay? You can also select videos for this section. But I want something peaceful. Let's go with this. Okay? Click add or drag. Okay? Next, I will go with also an image. On this, I can write, this is just for example, so don't worry about it. Can select all and make it bullets. Then I select an image. Okay, no, let's choose. What will we put this? Let's say teacher. Oh, nice picture of a teacher. Let's click it and add. Next, what do we put? We need to put headline. Let's say, why is this important? Okay, put an image also. Let's put animal. Lion. Let's see, lion. We need one with confidence, like, yes, I'm here. Let's put that. Add. Now, you can do that with several steps, but I would like you to see how this looks like. But first, let's go to design and select our style. Click customize. You can change the font. You can increase how you want it to be emphasized. I like the green. I'll select that. Okay. Gives you an idea of how it will look. Okay, so let's see how this looks. As you can see, this is how the title card will look. This was your title. This was the text that we had put in place. This is where it will be. And then we had put another title card. So you can do this and go on and go on and go on. When you click those dots, you can see all the pages that you had put together, and you can choose to go back home and see how it begins. You can also change how you want to scroll on this, but I will encourage you to go and test this out. Now that wraps up our episode. If you found this interesting, please try out the new tools, the two tools, video and interactive content. Also, please write a comment below so that I can also understand what you would like me to do next.